So with the release of Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku here, I want to discuss who is the best Green Saiyan in the game currently. Uh, in this, I'm going to go over each individual unit, separate and cut into its own section. Then, by the end of it, we're going to compare everything that we know. We're going to focus more on blast base because Saiyans right now are actually more blast based than strike based, given you can make a strike based build depending your team, but the better units are blast based. Obviously, there's exceptions like Red Gogeta and all of these. We're going to focus on blast base Green Saiyans. We will compare one strike base because they're very good. So yeah, let's get into it. So to start things off, we're going to compare Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku. So we're going to read his kit. Let's go over him again. Good luck, Kakarot. Draw the ultimate arts card Super Spirit Bomb next. Restores own health by 30% and ki by 15. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 10 timer counts. Gain attribute upgrade minus 50% sustained damage cut effects for 30 timer counts. Okay, Z ability, double defenses, goes up to 33% at 14. Zenkai ability is Green Saiyan, obviously. Fate rests on this battle. Plus 40% of damage inflicted when battle starts cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self once 30 timer counts have elapsed from battle start. Minus 5 to strike and blast arts cost cannot be cancelled. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 20% cannot be cancelled. Next one, thank you Dragon Balls. Receives 0 damage when changing cover for the first time, available during assist. Plus 2 to own sub count when activated. While this character is on the battlefield, applies the following effects to self when enemy switches characters. Plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Plus 10% to ultimate damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Gain 1 Dragon Ball activates once. Resolve for the final battle. Applies the following effects to self from battle start for 30 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 20%. Plus 50% to ki recovery. Nullifies attribute downgrade in abnormal conditions. Full Force applies the following effects to self per tag Saiyan battle member in the party other than this character when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 10, plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, plus 50% to health restoration 15 timer counts. So if we look at his arts, he has normal arts, normal blast. Super Kamehameha deals massive impact damage, reduces enemy ki by 40 on hit. Instant transmission. Counter will activate upon enemy's blast arts while in fighting pose. Restores own ki by 50, randomly restores 2 enemy cards and is comboable. Super Spirit Bomb deals massive explode damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 60% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Nullifies enemy health restore when it reaches 0. Effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. Blast armor when charging forward. So, let's go over his stats. Stats at 7 star, so I'm going to compare them at what I have because typically it's the highest a free-to-play would have or the lowest a whale would have. So a 7-star LF, that's like maybe 1 in every 10 free-to-plays will have this guy Zenkai 7-star. But also perhaps maybe a whale will have this guy 7-star just because he's not on a lot of banners, you're not really chasing this guy, you know. So stats, 248, 266, 171, 171, 4K basically in 2,612. Sun Family, Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3. So going over this guy, there's one thing that people don't do with him that is incorrect. And I notice it when I watch other people showcase and when I watch other people when I'm playing against them, right? This. So when this character is on the battlefield, applies the following effect self when enemy switches. Plus 10% to ultimate damage inflicted. Okay. That's stacks. I don't think people understand that. That's stacks. So these two stack. So if you have your Goku out, then they switch to a purple, let's say. That's 10%. Let's say that scenario happens again, 20%. It keeps building. And how I see people playing this character is wrong. People will swap him in once with color advantage, which is good, right? And then they'll pop his ult the next time they have him in because it's just they got one swap in, maybe two. You want to go for more. Obviously, the more you get, the more damage you have, right? A good way to use this character is to lead with him, funny enough, even though he is a cover character. One, because the team he wants to be run with is Angel Vegeta, and Angel Vegeta reduces ki by 50. So let's say you get comboed, they'll switch to their purple to do more damage to your Goku. Then you can switch to Angel Vegeta, and you'll have the ultimate buff because they switched, right? You'll get one buff already in like the first 5 counts if you're getting comboed. Or if you start comboing, they'll switch regardless. Regardless, you'll get the switch. But you could have Angel Vegeta cover in, reduce ki by 50, boom. You're still getting the ultimate damage, and that's what your goal is by the end of the match. To have a lot of ultimate damage to one-hit KO somebody. People will be like, his damage is underwhelming on it. It's because you're using him incorrectly. And if you don't use a unit correctly, they're not going to be overwhelming, right? So that's Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku. We're going to go over 2 more blast-based units and 1 strike-based. All of these I've done videos on, except the strike-based, because we'll explain when we're there. So now we are moving on to Kefla. Now Kefla, I wasn't going to do a video on. I might not even still do a video on her, just because there's a way I want to understand this. Saiyans only have one good support. Kid Goku has been replaced by Angel Vegeta. So, Angel Vegeta is your best support. Typically, you would want more... Like, okay, I'll give you guys an example. You could run Angel Vegeta because support, and I always feel like you want to support on your team, on every single team in the game. Kefla and Red Gogeta, and that's a full decked out strike base because Kefla will change them all to strike. Red Gogeta has also card draw speed. It's a really good team, right? But the reason I don't like Kefla as much, not just that she's cheap, right? Just, sidestep, strike. You get 9 cards off. It's not fun or fair. It's like Android 18, but it's also Super Saiyan 3 Goku can go nullify typing. Angel Vegeta can nullify typing. 2 characters that could do the same thing that are very good and very good abilities. The other 2 I'm going to go over are Goku Black and Super Kaioken. They have better attributes to a team, to me personally, from using them at least, than Kefla does. To explain what I mean by that is Kefla is more a solo unit. You can't go to Kefla and then go to somebody else to benefit them unless you have her ability here. I believe it's this one, yeah. The following effects occur after enemy attack is over, so that's including a tap blast. Restores 20% damage received, plus 20% to damage inflicted by allied tag girls, Fusion Warrior, Universe 6. Again, nothing to help Saiyans here, it's just specific tags, and I don't know, I just don't see the mesh with Kefla, but regardless, let's go over her. Main ability, now you're through. Draw the ultimate arts card. I was going to say Giga. Gigantic Blast next. Restores own ki by 50, plus 40% to damage inflicted with 20 timer counts. It can faint, by the way. Z ability is single stat strike attack at 14 stars, 38% to Girls Fusion Warrior. I just keep getting more and more pumped. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1. When battle starts, cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effect self when this character enters the battlefield. Change blast to strike. Plus 30% to damage inflicted. Cannot be stacked. Reduce damage received by 20% for 20 timer counts. Minus 5 to strike arts cost. Cannot be stacked. It's the last one you're gonna land. Plus 20% to damage inflicted against character Goku. Cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects, as I said before. Restores health by 20. And gives support by 20% to Fusion Warrior, Girls, or Universe 6. Strike arts, strike damage up. Strike impact with blast armor plus 25 damage inflicted for 10 timer counts upon activation. That's what makes her broken, by the way, that type of card. Blast, normal. Gigantic Crusher deals massive explode damage, randomly destroys 3 enemy cards on hit. I'm nowhere close to done. Restores own health by 10%, plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Cancels own attribute downgrade and abnormal conditions. A gigantic blast deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects self upon activation. Minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut. Nullifies restore health when it reaches 0. Effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. 30% chance to inflict faint on hit. Stats are 2.3 million, 265, 237, 156, 154, 4.8, 2.3, Saiyan Girls Batara Rival Universe, Super Saiyan 2 Fusion Warrior Universe 6. Now, as I said in the beginning of it, I don't think Kefla's ideal on the best Saiyan team in the game. Super Saiyan 3 is more ideal, I'll say, but as we go over, we'll talk about who actually is. And depending the build you want, and depending the ranking you're in, it will vary. So, let's move on. So now we will go over Goku Black, aka God. He is God. So, we'll read him just post. Actually, we'll read him pre and post because the point of this is to understand who's the best Green Saiyan. So technically, you're trying to understand who would be best on your team with LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku as your bench because Green Saiyan, right? So we'll read both. Abilities. Let's see. As a reward, I'll show you how far I've come. Transform into Super Saiyan Rose. Restores own health by 25% and ki by 20. Z ability. Tag future, strike and blast attack, and 18% to powerful opponent based strike defense. So double buff into a single buff with 33% 18%. Wicked Calamity, plus 25% to damage inflicted against tag Hybrid Saiyan, cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to an enemy every time when faced with an enemy. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 50% to damage received for 15 timer counts. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 15 to special arts cost for 15 timer counts. The Pain Etched in Me. Reduces enemy ki by 5 every time when hit with the enemy's strike or blast arts while this character is on the battlefield. Applies the following effects to self every time an arts card is drawn while this character is on the battlefield. Restores ki by 10, plus 10% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now, arts, normal. Black Powerball deals massive explode damage, destroys all of your own cards upon activation. Increases special move damage inflicted based on number of arts card destroyed. 1 card plus 40%, 2 cards plus 70%, 3 cards plus 90%. Pitch Black Fighting Spirit destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 3 new ones. Restores own health by 10%. Base Black stats are 2.5 million health, 244 strike attack, 251 blast, strike defense is 161, blast defense 163, critical 4.2, ki restore speed 2.3. He is on Saiyan Future and Powerful Opponent, and his arts card held are Strike Health Restoration down, Strike Arts that inflict enemy with attribute downgrade minus 20% to Health Restoration for 15 timer counts on hit, and the same for a Blast Arts. Now, let's talk about his base and then move on. His base isn't bad. Let's say you have I don't know, who's another transforming character. Let's say Legends Road Blue Trunks. He's ass. But you don't see much of an increase from his base to his transformed state. Black, you can see the differences. Black has more damage inflicted in his transformed. He has all this other crap. But Black, as base, can hold his own. He's still increasing card cost on his base. So when enemies trying to combo him, obviously Black can take more because really they're doing less. They won't have 5 cards to combo you with. They won't have enough ki because he's reducing it, right? So base Black is good. Obviously you're going to transform, but him as a solo unit will be good enough to last. Now, Super Saiyan Rose, stats, strike attack 287, blast attack 294, strike defense 168, blast defense 170, critical 4.5, ki restore 2.5, and he is on Saiyan Future God Ki, Super Saiyan Rose, and Powerful Opponent. Same arts card held as base Black. Now, he has 50% chance to inflict bleed on his strike. Shattering God Slicer deals massive explode damage, gain attribute upgrade, minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts upon activation, 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed, and blast armor. Now let me explain sustained damage cut 100%. That means if, let's say, Android 16 is covering in, he has very high sustained damage cut, because that's just his gimmick. That's what defense units typically have. Let's say Green Zenkai Broly, him too. They will take less damage because you have cut. They have cut in their kit. If they come in during a combo, they will cut it. Now, there's 2 ways to avoid this. One being what this Goku Black has in other units. They nullify it, basically, with 100% sustained damage cut. It counteracts it. So their cut really doesn't exist. It's just them coming in, taking it with their raw stats. Or you drop combo and then it'll do even more because it's minusing the cut. Plus, a drop combo results in a new combo starting, and the first hit of a new combo always does the most damage because combo compensation. So, let's say you anticipate someone swapping into your blue card. It could look very risky to you. Be like, I'm going to drop combo or like wait until this many seconds in my brain and then do the blue card. But if you know they're coming in, you're gonna kill somebody or almost kill somebody if you drop combo into a blue card with one especially like this. So, immeasurable rising power destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 3 new ones, restores health by 10%. Now, main ability. Watch Sai rise to a greater level of power. Destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 4 new ones. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts. Reduce damage received by 40% for 20 timer counts. Pretty fucking good. Z ability, same thing. Epitome of Sublime Beauty. Plus 25% to damage inflicted against tag Hybrid Saiyan cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self after transforming. Plus 70% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Reduce damage received by 40% for 15 timer counts. Increase arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts. The Pain Etched in Me. Restores 20% of damage received after enemy attack is over, up to 20% of own health. Reduces ki by 5 every time when it hits the enemy strike or blast starts while his character is on the battlefield. Applies the following effects to self every time an arts card is drawn while his character is on the battlefield. Restores ki by 10 plus 10% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now what you'll notice with Goku Black is you will typically have card draw, or the teams you will be using them on, the support, let's say Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, let's say Angel Vegeta, you will gain so much feedback, you will gain a card in that time, and then you'll be able to combo probably 5 to 6 cards into them. So, Goku Black, pretty damn nuts, but let's move on to the last unit. Alright, so the last unit we will be discussing is Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku. So, again, we used them. We saw him. Didn't look amazing, but let's go over him. Super Kaioken. Draw the ultimate arts card Super Kaioken Dragon Fist next. Restores own ki by 30, plus 50% to blast damage inflicted for 60 timer counts. Z ability. Sun Family or Element Red base blast attack and defense 25%. Goes up to 28% at 14. Otherworld Super Saiyan. Applies the following effect to self when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 40% damage inflicted. Cannot be stacked. Minus 5 to own arts card cost for 15 timer counts. Reduce damage received by 40% for 10 timer counts every time own attack is evaded with the vanishing step. So when they sidestep you, he'll take less damage. Cannot be stacked. Explosive Kaioken. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 40% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Plus 70% to ki recovery, cannot be cancelled. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts. The following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below after enemy attack is over. Activates once. Randomly destroys one of your arts cards and draws a special arts card next. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts. So if you let him get to below 50% early on, you technically could have double card draw speed for a little bit. Stats at 10 stars, we'll look at them. 2.3 million health, strike attack 230k, blast attack 239k, strike defense 147, blast defense 147, critical 4.7, key restore speed 2.5. Arts card held, normal strike, blast damage up, blast arts cards with 20% damage inflicted for 2 timer counts when used. Character tag, Saiyan, Sun Family, Super Warrior, Otherworld Warrior. Strike and blast are normal. Super Kaioken Kamehameha deals massive impact damage, plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts upon activation. Additional plus 20% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts if own health is 50% or below. Howl of Resurrection restores own ki by 40, plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, applying the following effects itself if own health is 50% or below. Restores own health by 20% only once when it reaches 0, so he has endurance on upon activating his green below 50% health. Reduces next damage received by 30%, cannot be stacked. This applies until enemy combo is finished. Super Kaioken Dragon Fist deals massive impact damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 15% to damage received for 20 timer counts. On hit, 30% chance to inflict faint on hit. Now, we saw Super Kaioken. Basically, what he was doing, he was just a blast machine. He was doing a Super Saiyan 3 Goku does. He was just doing blast, 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 blast. Now, we gotta understand this, right? Units we've been comparing have age gaps. Super Kaioken is by far the oldest, if you consider, Super Saiyan 3 Goku Zenkai, which just came out, not his original banner drop. Then Goku Black is the newest, then Kefla is right in between. Kefla came out just before the anniversary, I believe, but she's held her weight. Now, Super Kaioken, I'm going to go over him still right now. His focus isn't... he doesn't do optimal damage. Now, maybe it's my stars, only 10. Could be higher, right? He wants to be more on a Super Saiyan team than on this. Given this team does support him well by giving him all the ki back and the card draw with Vegeta. And I'm going to keep referencing the Vegeta just because Angel Vegeta is the best support. And he color counters. So, yeah. That Vegeta does support him well with the card draw. Anyone with card draw will be one of the better units, obviously, because you can get Dragon Balls more, you can get all this crap more, you could extend your combos more, have sub counts go down more, so you can swap more and learn how to catch your opponent. But Super Kaioken is just a blast-based animal, but like a squirrel, not like a lion, He's a weaker version of Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku. But in next clip, we'll go over who is actually the best Saiyan. And yeah. So the best Saiyan, not a shocker, is going to be LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And here's the reasons why. I'll talk about the negatives of the others. Goku Black. Okay, so hybrids. You're not going to run into hybrids. That's kind of a waste. I'm sorry, hybrids aren't the meta right now. It's Android Regen, maybe Sun Family, and that's it. That's the meta we're in. All the other crap, you're really not going to run into as much as you'd think you will. And actually Saiyans is kind of meta right now, funny enough, making this. Super Saiyan 3 Goku doesn't have that restriction. Kefla, again, I talked about it there. More of a strike-based thing. The support isn't for Saiyans at all. Doesn't need... Kefla doesn't want something that makes them... to make her stay on Saiyans. She could be on anywhere, but Saiyans isn't a priority, if that makes sense. And Super Kaioken, he's just, like I said, a weaker version of this guy. The main reason this guy is here, by the way, is... where is it? This one. He wants Saiyans. His kit says Saiyans. People will throw him on Sun Family, which is fine, but you won't get his full kit because LF Gohan obviously isn't a full-blooded Saiyan. This is what makes this guy the best green Saiyan in the game. On top of him just being Zenkai boosted, I understand his stars might be low for a lot of people. 7 stars is low for this character. It is. But you compare it to his other options, his best substitute would be Goku Black, and it's only Goku Black while he transforms, because card draw speed, right? This guy gets card draw speed later on. Goku Black gets card draw speed later on, post-transformation. you have to pick your poison with that. Now, Goku Black could be better in some scenarios. If you have a green card, then you could combo longer than this Goku, sure. But this Goku will also be so oppressive that they're switching in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to sustain the damage you're doing, and this Goku can manipulate that with his ultimate and destroy you. He can destroy. He can one-hit characters. Now, I've had a scenario where this Goku fought a Namek Goku, right? Type advantage. I don't even think they switched twice, and it did about 3 million health. Zenkai 7 Last Stand Namek Goku. I understand this guy's type advantage, but a 7-star LF Zenkai to like, I think it was 11-star Namek Goku. Zenkai 7 Last Stand where he has all that defense. It's good damage for not even catering to this ability. If you cater to ultimate damage, you will have this Goku one-shot every character he uses his ultimate on. So yeah, Super Saiyan 3 LF Goku is the best Green Saiyan. Use him on your team if you got him. If not, Goku Black is a suitable replacement. Super Kaioken, maybe not. Kefla, if you're going for a strike base, could be good. I wouldn't recommend Kefla, but that's just me. And yeah, hope you guys like this kind of style of video. If you'd rather me do it in a more informal format where it's talking about every single unit in one clip instead of cutting, let me know. I think the cutting makes it more clear and cut what I'm talking about, and it distinguishes the points of the video, which is who is the best. So you read over each of their kits, talk about them for a little bit, move on to the next. Then at the end, you actually talk about who is the best and why. So let me know if you like the informal or formal way of this, aka cut or uncut. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.